Hi, Leather Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. If you would like to see a 2-day Thanksgiving vlog, and there is a turkey. Oh, not a turkey. 2 chickens involved. Stay tuned. The day before Thanksgiving was a pretty busy day. The first important thing that I figured I had to accomplish was getting a makeup tutorial done. Get that filming done first, then at least I have my makeup for the rest of the things I had to do. And since obviously I'm not going to do a vlog without having my makeup done, so got that out of the way. It was actually turned out the day before Thanksgiving was a very productive day, as you will see. Another thing I had to do the day before Thanksgiving is I had to plan a horticulture video that I don't know if I'm going to edit it up into one full video about the life cycle of a plant, or if I'm going to break it up into a couple of main parts, since I recently found out that part of the process actually takes an additional 6 months, and I wasn't aware of that. Turned out I didn't know as much as I thought I did, so this is going to be definitely one of these maybe cautionary tale kind of plant videos, so I had to do some filming of that on Wednesday. So it got to be quite a productive day with 3 different subject matters that I had filming that day. Damn it, I'm pissed off. I dropped 2 ties on the floor and I stepped on them. And you know what? I'm a germaphobe, and these are the hard shoes that I walk around all kinds of places, including near litter boxes, so I have to wash these real good. And you know, washing a necktie is a bitch and a half, because invariably they lose their shape on the sides, and you have to reshape them. And unless you get an iron on them, they're never quite in good shape after that, you know. So, man, this happened when I was moving the barricade, the screen. They fell on the floor, and I didn't realize that they were on the floor, and so check this out. I didn't think I was going to be able to have Thanksgiving turkey. I realized that by the time, if you get a frozen turkey, it takes an amount of time to thaw, and there would have been absolutely no way for me to have a bird thawed out in time to make a meal. Plus, there wasn't enough room in the big freezer or little freezer that's attached to the refrigerator. You know how big turkeys are. So, look what I have. My Thanksgiving turkey. I got turkey, and I got mashed potatoes, and I got stuffing, and I got cranberry sauce, and I got corn and carrots and sweet potatoes. But you want to know what else I have? I have a kitty who's going to try to steal my food because she is a little food thief. And if I don't eat my food now, she is going to eat it. But you know what? I think I'll leave a little bit of turkey for her and for Tabby Boy. Happy Thanksgiving! Mwah. This is funny. I wanted to share something with you. A few minutes ago, I was walking down the street and I was wearing one of my mini dresses, as I do, and some young lady chased me down, and she said that she thought that my legs were cold, and she offered me this pair of sweatpants. I'm thinking maybe she had never seen a garter belt and stockings before, and maybe thought that I wasn't wearing underwear or something, and thought maybe I would feel more comfortable if I was a little bit more adequately covered. And she seemed so young and innocent and everything, and of course I was gracious. So I now have electric blue sweatpants, which I'm sure I could work with some kind of patriotic inspired winter outfit. So today's really been an interesting day. Happy Thanksgiving indeed. Wow. I want you to see a Christmas outfit that I got for one of my cats. I don't know whether Cassie can fit this or maybe Tabby Boy can fit it. Isn't that adorable? I first saw this, I saw the skirt thing, and I'm thinking, oh, that's a mini skirt for me. But then I saw, and you know, I do raid the children's section because I do wear a lot of children's size tops because they fit. But I saw this, and I'm always looking for cute outfits for my kitties. So I can maybe do a Christmas video or something. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, somebody's gonna like it. Or not. I took a chance this afternoon, and I hope I don't end up regretting it. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic and we're supposed to stay 6 feet apart, supposed to wear masks and everything. And I had my mask on, and I was actually one of those rare times when I could be in my immediate neighborhood and only wear a light jacket and not have to have my hair hidden. In fact, I had my MAGA hat on, and I saw a buddy of mine, and we were having a really nice talk, the kind of talk that friends would have, you know. And he said, you know, I know you're a germaphobe, but, and anyway, we hugged each other, and that's probably one of those things that you're absolutely not supposed to do during a pandemic. And, I mean, we don't hug each other anymore. I don't mean me and this person, I mean people in general. Ever since COVID-19 became a thing and we had to observe the social distancing and the mask wearing and wash your hands and make sure that there's barriers between you and other people, and even if they're your friends, unless they're people that live in your same household, you have to absolutely keep your distance. And weeks went into months, and this thing is not going away, and in fact it's getting worse and worse. And now that the holiday season is upon us, it's impossible not to, even by accident, run into your friends. And when you do, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to forget that you're friends? Are you supposed to just back off like they have cooties like everybody else? It's getting to me. Does it get to you? You can't even acknowledge your friends anymore, and you can't connect with people. And especially when it's starting to be that time of year where you're thinking about goodwill toward man and about how we're this human family, and in light of really troubled presidential election and how the country's supposed to come together, and your country's come together, that also should mean your friends and your neighbors are at least coming to a meeting of unity, you know, fellow human beings. And so many people, I'm sure, it's been months since you hugged somebody. I can't think of the last time I hugged somebody. And kind of just before we reached in for the hug, it occurred to me, you know, maybe this is a stupid goddamn thing to do. And, I mean, especially considering I don't live alone. My actions could have repercussions for my mother and my brother. And I have no way of knowing just how socially isolated the person was that I was hugging. He doesn't even have a steady place to live right now. He's homeless. And how exactly, if he's living by getting all these comp casino rooms or what, I don't know. You know, sometimes you are on the verge of doing something and you know right away that you're taking a chance and maybe it's not a good idea, but you do it anyway. And I wasn't under the influence of anything. I didn't have any marijuana in me. I certainly don't do anything stronger. You know, and the circumstances were, it was right after a Thanksgiving, I don't want to say celebration, but yeah, kind of. And we were hanging outside the parking lot of a certain place. And he and I, well, a lot of people love Christmas, and he has this beard he's been growing out. And this is somebody that all the years I've known him, he's always been real clean shaven. And I don't want to say clean cut looking, but kind of like, imagine a James Caan type, I think he looks like. God, I hope he's not watching this. But, well, anyway, since the pandemic started, he's grown his beard out like a lot of men have. You know, you can't get to a barber, or maybe it's just easier to not have to deal with shaving your face every day and stuff. I imagine it's probably liberating for a man to just be able to be in his natural state like that. So, but we were talking tonight, and he was saying about how he knows that I do hair, and he's asking me if I could bleach out his beard and his hair kind of close to white so that he could look like a real life Santa Claus. And now is the time of year when the Santa Claus season starts, even though I'm sure that mall Santas are not going to be as much a thing now in light of the pandemic as they normally would be. He was saying that they actually make pretty good money if you get a Santa Claus gig. And I was telling him how there's this, I don't know where exactly this is, but there's this city in Florida. Every summer they have like a Santa Claus convention where it's like lasts a whole week, where men and women look like Santa Claus and Mrs. Santa Claus, bring all their Santa Claus finery, and they go down there for a week and they dress like Santa Claus, and I guess they attend workshops and things. And I'm thinking, how wonderful that would be. I think a lot of people, they're thinking their alter ego might be Santa Claus, you know. I can see, I mean, wouldn't that be the idea of being able to go all over the world and give presents to all of the children, and, you know, maybe everybody, not just kids, you know, and just be able to do that. And they wake up Christmas morning and they have whatever, and wouldn't that be great? You know, now and then I meet people that almost remind me of Santa Claus. I don't mean necessarily the bearded homeless guys that naturally look like Santa Claus, but I mean there are people who seem to embody the spirit of Saint Nick, you know, through their generosity, through their kindness, through their childlike innocence or something. Anyway, so, sorry, this is, so my friend was saying, you know, that if he could find some way to go and dress up like Santa Claus and do something, even though I do believe your options are limited during a pandemic. I mean, what's he going to do? Hang around on the boardwalk and get pictures with tourists or something? I would imagine that not a lot of people are going to be coming down here for vacations, even though it's hard to say. But anyway, yeah, we're talking about that. And of course, if anybody's going to do anything like this, we've got to really hurry up because it's already Thanksgiving and not a whole lot of time between now and Christmas. So, and he knows how to get a hold of me if he actually wants me to do his hair. But yeah, so I took a chance and I hugged a friend today. And of course, he hasn't been tested, and of course, I haven't. And I hope it wasn't a stupid thing. That said, I see people hugging and handshaking and doing all kinds of things out my window all the time. I see the pastors and the preachers, and they got street preachers around here, and you got different social service agencies that have priests and preachers from different churches, and they're praying over people all the time, and a lot of times they hold somebody's hand or whatever, and certainly a lot farther away, a lot closer away than 6 feet. So, you know, but I just hope, on a positive note, I got an email from CVS saying that they are going to be one of the partners that are going to be distributing the COVID vaccine. So I'm thinking if CVS is doing that, I'm sure Rite Aid and Walgreens will. So there are plenty of drugstores like that close to where I live, so I'm sure that my mother is going to have access to the vaccine. And because she definitely is older and high risk, and I really hope she can get it. And who knows, maybe I can get it. And I think the more people can get it, because I have heard it's good, and Dr. Anthony Fauci says it's good. So anyway, yeah. Have any of you got so much COVID fatigue that you hugged somebody yet? Well, stay safe. So, something that didn't make much sense to me. Normally, regardless of whether it's a holiday or not, we have set collection times for the recycling and the trash. And last night, when it was finally about 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear you, Cassie. Don't hear me. And the neighbors and people downstairs never set out the trash things. And our trash was piling up in the kitchen and really needed to be taken out. It had meat stuff and bone stuff and smelly stuff, and certainly don't need temptation with our two mischievous cats. So I was running around looking for a place to finally put it, and finally I found a dumpster in. I had to go way up the street and found a business dumpster. Luckily, the parking lot was unlocked, and I could not lift the trash can up to dump it into this dumpster, and I was so afraid some neighbors were going to notice. I was trying to be as quiet as possible, and I was trying to be discreet. I did have a hat on my hair, but I didn't have it tucked in too hard, and I wasn't wearing a face mask because it was totally kind of desolate or so. And anyway, I got the dumpster lid open, and I was able to. I had to find another basket that was somewhere else in the parking lot that I dumped most of the trash into, and I used this basket, and I hoisted that up over the edge of the dumpster and put our trash in the dumpster. I didn't bother setting out the recycling bucket, and as it is, I slept through the time when the trash collection and recycling collection trucks would normally be. That's a lot of times when I would be going to bed, but it started to rain, which we were supposed to, just as I was taking the stuff out. And it was one of those cases where I really didn't feel like taking the trash out, but when you have to do something, you do it. So, and not being able to find any place to take the trash out, but at least the stuff is out of here. You don't really want to have meat things tempting, or somebody gets a bone in their throat or something, or otherwise making more messes. It was enough of a mess when I was cleaning the cat box out the other day. I hope the people's rose bushes appreciate the fertilization. Cat pee, if it's diluted properly, is actually a good fertilizer. And if the litter itself is organic and doesn't have chemicals and stuff, some of it really is not bad for plants. That's just been my experience. And I know, matter of fact, one of my mother's scouter friends, he used to use cat shit as part of the what was a fertilizer for his tomato garden. And he had the best tomatoes, so there you have it. But yeah, I don't know what was up with the trash thing, if they would all of a sudden, because the trash day was a holiday. I mean, in Thanksgiving morning, I would think that even somebody that's going to be cooking all day, they would be sleeping, or that would be, I can't see why you can't work on that day. So, I need to talk about Cassie. That damn cat, she has a problem at night. Last night, after 4 o'clock in the morning, she got the flibbertigibbet. She was racing back and forth, run into my room, run out of my room, run down the hall, run into the kitchen, run out of the kitchen, run up toward the bathroom, run out of the bathroom, run toward the grow room, run in and out of there. I really don't want to encourage her to go in there. The last thing I need is her knocking things over there or finding a place to use as a litter box, which luckily she has not done. No, what she likes to do in the grow room is drink the water runoff from the plants. There's buckets to catch that water. And in the bathroom, of course, she likes to drink out of the toilet. Now, we've been getting pretty good about keeping the lid down on that, even though late at night, kind of, it's not better to have the lid open, but because we have a cat who likes flavored water, so she would not let up. And last night, she and Tabby Boy were both bugging me for more food other than the two different kind of canned food that I'd given them both. So, and then he finally gone to sleep, and she was pestering me and running back and forth, back and forth. I finally picked her ass up, opened up my mother's room. She was sound asleep. Threw the cat in there, closed the door shut. I'm like saying, this cat needs a damn time out. I don't have any other place. Most of the doors in this apartment don't have locks that you can really, or not locks rather, that you can't really shut them and click them. My room, you can't click it. I was having too many problems locking myself out, and when we rented this apartment, there were never keys for the individual locks in the bedroom, so you have to be really careful and not accidentally lock yourself out, and that's when you have to use a knife and stuff. So anyway, she needed a timeout. She was just, so my mother woke up and found the cat curled up. My mother got the cat out. And my mother, the thing is, she's kind of allergic to cats. So that's usually her bedroom is a cat-free zone always. And cats would certainly not be allowed on bed. But that's why I'm always chasing Tabby Boy and Cassie off the cushion, the big fluffy pillow that's on the rocking chair in the kitchen, because that is where a human backside is supposed to sit and not kitties and the kitty germs and stuff. So, but yeah, she was just out of control. I figured the way she was running up and down the halls, it had to bother the neighbors. She sounds like a little pygmy elephant running around. You never know she's like 3 pounds soaking wet. The cat, I don't think, has really grown any since we've been here. My mother and my brother insist that she's put on a little bit of weight, but I can't see it. But yeah, she was really needed a timeout. I could not deal with it anymore. And so I had to put her someplace where she would, I needed to get some sleep. This is ridiculous. There's only so much a person can deal with. We're not having turkey for Thanksgiving. We're actually cooking 2 chickens that we are thawing right now. In this pot here are hard sweet potatoes that are just cut up, and this is regular potatoes, the thin skin ones that just need to be scrubbed a little bit, which they were, and they can be boiled. It is now 11:21 p.m. The night before Thanksgiving. I'm not leaving these overnight to thaw. I'm actually thawing them out in the lowest shelf of the refrigerator, because food poisoning is nothing anybody wants. This is one of the chickens, and I am not showing you on camera. I'm just showing the bird.
Could you give me a chance to get the bird?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to have my coffee, but let's show off the chicken.
Well, they're ready to be seasoned and stuff's ready to be done to them.
Hey, Cassie.
They're about 4 pounds a piece, so that's yes. Not
Cassie.
for you.
Yeah, not for you. Oh, hell no. See the turkey, the chicken. Oh, that smell. I wish you guys could smell this. I wish you could smell and look at all the onions, which means this is not safe for kitties. Okay, what do you need me to do?
Put that down and help.
Oh, okay. Put this down. What am I doing? Clear.
That's leather.
What? Yeah.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Okay. Get those pots. Put those pots over off those burners.
Oops.
Move one over there.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay, now this bit to move.
Put the stuffing over on the counter here.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh. Nobody saw this.
All right, now. There's the vegetable. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Okay, where does this go?
Put it right there.
Oh, okay.
You're not listening to me. Move that out of the way.
Just get moved.
Move it over where the stuffing is. Right. Put that roasting pan up on the 2 burners.
Oh, okay. Tabby boy, you can't have this.
Up on the 2 burners, please.
I know.
Come on.
You want me to close it?
Yes. You've got your pot holders closed.
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh. All right.
What are we going to do?
Oh, please. Put that
Okay.
away.
All right. Tabby boy, you just wish you could have some num-nums, don't you? You wish you could. Yes. What are we doing here?
You have to get these racks out of here so I can make the gravy.
Okay. Time to make the gravy. Hey, if you'd like a good view of the chicken before my mother makes the gravy, hold on. Okay, you ready to see the chickens? Check this out. Most of you guys are having turkey. We have 2 big chickens for us 3 and 2 hungry cats. And these were surrounded by onions, which of course are not cat food. Okay. Very good. Great. Oh, yay! My mother was having a bitch fit because she couldn't find a potato masher. But we found it, so life will go on. Oops. There. She is threatening me with death. Perhaps I should stay out of the kitchen. Dinner is served. Wouldn't you know it, she would be yelling dinner is ready while I was just about to light up a bowl of WEED. So, having inhaled successfully, I will have to wait until he gets out of the kitchen, and then I will be able to serve my plate of Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, nice and juicy.
Let him turn it over. He likes the breast.
Yeah.
And I'll just turn the back over.
Is Tabby Boy gotten anything?
Yes, he already has.
Yeah, what about Cassie?
Leather, I am not.
Okay, I'm going to try to get as good a showing of what it looks like to take a serving of chicken for Thanksgiving. And I was trying to set up the shot back over where the television is, but the lighting was too dark. Plus, my mother was really bitching and moaning about not wanting to get in the shot. And I don't think it's unreasonable to, on a Thanksgiving vlog, not want to show the carving of the bird. Okay, so let me give you a close-up here. Check this out. My favorite part of a bird is the soft under part. So do you see how it is turned upside down? The soft under part is moisture, obviously. It just has a more appealing texture, and it's a lot easier to chew, even though I would never say no to any part of the chicken. Except for those funny glands, I don't eat them. So I'm going to just cut some. I don't want to really butcher it, but you know what, a lot of times that's what you end up doing. And of course the idea is not to have the plate zoom. One thing, it's not hot anymore. Usually these Corningware things retain heat for a long time. But, okay, yeah. I'm going to have to use a fork to get this. And, an actual metal fork at that. If you didn't know already, I don't like to eat with metal utensils. I don't like the feeling of metal in my mouth. So, I eat with plastic at home. And much easier to use a fork than to try with that knife. Just going to try to leave the bone. Oh, and isn't it strange who's here? I'm going to put the pillow up Because Tabby Boy's not supposed to get on that red pillow when he gets up on the chair. And there he is. Look at Tabby Boy. See Tabby Boy? Tabby Boy's up on the chair. He thinks he's gonna. I'm gonna have to be careful in how I'm doing this because he's getting awfully interested in this. And Tabby Boy, I'm sorry if you're getting interested in this, but you know what? If you get shared anything, it's gonna be from the breast area. It's not gonna be from the moist area. That's my favorite. Oops. But you can't get with anything that has the onions in it. My mother actually did all the cooking for this. I may be wearing this cooking diva thing, but my mother cleaned and cut small onions and put them around the chickens and inside the chickens. And okay, the sage came from my garden, but guess what? I wasn't even the one that grew it. I just picked it. Especially when you know that there's way more than anybody's ever going to use. My mother is able to crumble a bunch of sage that I had picked, that I dried, and crumbled that into stovetop stuffing. And she made gravy with the prodigious drippings. I didn't stick around to witness it. It was apparent that my getting underfoot was frowned upon in this establishment. See, and anybody's trying to tell you these kitties aren't spoiled. And plus, maybe get the heat off, for a while, bugging me about the food situation, all because of one thing that I do not have any more of in the house right now is dry food. Sometime tomorrow, I'll run up to 7-Eleven and get some, whatever that Purina is. They have 3-pound bags, and just I'm just not in the mood to trudge it up to Save a Lot and get the big 13-pound bags. I forget, but one of the things they seem to like a lot, the other, they acted like they were too good for it. And I was like, you sons of bitches. I feel like almost like saying, like, you eat this or you starve. And nobody who loves their cats really feel this way, but they're lucky that they're able to experience so much variety. They really are. So that they really do get as nutritional a diet as possible. Cassie, we think that her growth was stunted at a young age, and no matter what kind of food she ended up eating, she never really was able to make up for that. We have been trying to fatten her up, and you see that there's no improvement, no change. My mother and my brother think that she's gotten a little bit more filled out, but I don't really see it. She still has a skinny little butt. Those chickens were a nice size, but frozen, they seemed a bit smaller than they fluffed out to be. Once you put the wings out normal, and But some people like to tuck their wings in so they don't get burned when they're cooking. But I did not see anything at all. Everything was laid out the night before, except for, of course, the chickens were kept in the fridge. So it's just like getting your clothes laid out the night before so that in the morning you don't have to think you're getting ready. Just hit the ground running, grab everything in order. That's what I did when I was an extra in a small time actor in Hollywood. You'd lay your things out ahead of time, and that way you just go on autopilot and throw everything on. I knew a lot of actor girls who, even though they do makeup and usually did their own makeup, they just didn't wear any makeup at all and went straight to the set and let the hair and makeup people do their makeup. For them, it was a way to save time getting ready in the morning. I could understand that. This was somebody who I know in the goth scene in Hollywood. All right, I think this will do for Tabby Boy. Can you see? Yeah. You know what? I am going to set this Tabby Boy. Please don't think about it. I am going to get a better view of this chicken. Here, let's see what I can do. Okay, and I'm going to show you what's on the stove. This is the gravy. This is the stuffing. And I really do like doctored up stovetop stuffing. It is quite sublime, especially with all the extra sage from my garden. And I like that it can be made drier if you want. I like a nice dry stuffing. I don't like so many people like a stuffing that's really soggy and almost soupy, and or like a puree, and I'm kind of repulsed by that. I like something that's nice and dry, and stovetop can be made quite delightfully. This here is collard greens. They're actually just she rather didn't do anything to them except open up the can and put it in and covered the grab it with this and put it in the oven when the chicken was put in. And let's see, this thing here is, oh, does that look really clean? She scrubbed that and cleaned it. You know, there was things left behind from the Esmeralda, the caterpillar, something you don't know about, but there's going to be a video made about that. But the thing is, it's going to have to be a story time. My mother's going to have to be the one to do over half of it, and you know, getting her to cooperate is like pulling teeth. So, but these are sweet potatoes there on the stove, and then in here is mashed potatoes. Skin on mashed potatoes. These are those nice thin skin potatoes that I believe I showed in an earlier bit of footage. So I'm going to put this stuff on my plate. First thing I'm going to grab is the mashed potatoes. These are the perfect kind of mashed potatoes for me. Nice and dry. With the skins on, all the vitamins. Oh, look at these. Is that not wonderful? Might as well put extra on considering there's gravy. Let me take a look at who is on the telephone. Ooh, my uncle, my mother's brother. I hope she doesn't get pissed off and kick me out of the kitchen. She's going to be complaining about me right about now. I'm going to put the gravy on now so that I don't get the gravy on anything else. I don't like things getting soggy, so I'm going to just put the gravy on the mashed potatoes. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I just accidentally got this in the gravy. Mm. No, Tabby boy, I'm sorry. Oh, you should see his sweet little face. He's so hopeful. But gravies, the SPCA, all the organizations warn you that most Thanksgiving food is not good for cats. You know, you need unseasoned turkey. Mm. Calories be damned. It's Thanksgiving. Now I'm going to put the sweet potatoes on now so that they don't make the stuffing soggy. And I'm going to use a serrated serving thing for that. Maybe I should just show it to you. I really want to do a good job of shaking off the liquid from this. It was from a really big sweet potato. I brought in all these really small ones that looked like they were the kind that you really couldn't hold on to too long because they could dry out and shrivel up to useless nothing. But on the other hand, the big ones, you have to deal with cutting them up so that they don't take forever to cook. And they feel, if cutting up one of those sweet potatoes that's about this big feels like trying to cut through a brick. And I was watching my mother struggle through this, and it kind of looked like Excalibur. She was using this really scary looking knife, and you know, she deals with pain issues and things anyway, and I asked her if I could help it. She just basically said no in a way that really meant get the hell out of the kitchen. So, you know, I'm not totally stupid, so I got the hell out of Dodge, you know. But I don't know what to think. This is the stuffing, and look how nice and dry and appetizing that is. At least to me, it is. Let's see how I'm going. Oh! I almost dropped this. Oh my God! Okay, now I've got a pretty good handle on it in my arm. Okay, I'm gonna take this big armful, and I'm going to carry this over to, this is the plate, and I gotta find a place to put it where maybe hopefully won't get any yeah, I don't want it to touch any of that gravy, and I don't want anything to fall onto the table other than that little bit it did. So oh yeah. Okay, and I now have a Facebook message by somebody who's like my best friend in the world I cannot ignore, so to be continued. There is also pickled mushrooms from my uncle. It was part of his last Christmas gift to us. And my mother says they're absolutely amazing. There's mushrooms in here, and there's carrot slices. And here is cranberry sauce that my mother actually made. We had fresh cranberries, and when we got them, we put them in the freezer. And my mother followed a recipe that are actually made with cherry jello. Jello brands, jello, you know? We had this container of it for a year or two, and she found a recipe for it, and I haven't tried it yet, but anyway, that is the rest of what would be the Thanksgiving plate. Did I show you the collard greens? It would not be right if I ignored the collard greens. So I'm going to carefully try not to drop this computer while I do this. Get some, I mean, really, I don't think there's any room on my plate, but I really should put some on. There needs to be more vegetables. Oh, there really needs to be more vegetables, because I know I'm going to be getting seconds on stuffings eventually. Yeah. You low carb people, more power to you. I like bread too much. Okay, I think I actually know I need more vegetables, but you know what? That's still a lot of food, and I'm bringing salt with me, so I'm gonna get ready to eat. One nice thing is one of my mother's brothers telephoned, and they're talking right now. So if she was mad at me before, she's forgotten all about it. So wouldn't she be better, happier in her own room with privacy, and she doesn't have to have any interruptions, you know, nice closed door, no ambient sounds of any kind. So in that way I could safely and comfortably make this video and get the damn thing shot. So I can understand her not wanting to be a part of it, but to actually make like there's something wrong with my wanting to get footage of this. You can't recreate filling your plate full of I'm so glad that wasn't a bug. You can't recreate filling your Thanksgiving plate, you know? I added some of that cranberry sauce, and I added some of that uh, pickled mushrooms. They are really sour. And not very salty, by the way. And there are a couple of peppers in them also. As far as that relish goes, that cranberry sauce, it was really interesting. You can taste too much cherry jello in it. It was really weird. I don't think I'd ever want to make it again. But I had to move where the chickens were. Tabby Boy got up on the rocking chair, and he was sniffing and stretching his neck too close to it. And it was like not even 5 feet. His face was not even 5 feet from the table and the chickens, and I could just tell that between he and Cassie, that thing was going to get knocked over, and we were going to have 1.5 chickens on the floor being eaten by 2 cats. So I put the chicken safely on top of the stove, and I arranged everything so that nothing had to be on that little table in front of the kitchen table. Cassie, no, no. Oh, look at this. Look, I want you. She's up. Where are you? What you doing? Hey, what are you doing? You see that I have a plate of food here, and I would really like to eat it. And you're a little vulture. Hey, hey, everybody, look at her. She's my little vulture. She will attack me for my food. I am eating my food. Let me eat. Cassie, you need to go away. You need to go stay in the kitchen. Hang out. God, I'm telling you, they will barricade. My brother will tell you similar things with Ace. You know, the cat we had before I got her. Ace would sometimes steal some of his food, and Tabby Boy is a food thief. And this cat, I'm telling you, but she's really acting like a bully right now. She sees somebody eating, she'll get up across from them, and she'll beg, and she'll start climbing on surfaces where she's not supposed to be. I see you, Cassie. I see Cassie. Look at my Cassie. I want you to see this bad girl. Okay, this is my food. And where's Cassie? Oh, Cassie. What? You need to let me eat my food in peace. I mean it. Cassie, you need to back off. Yeah. And come on, why should I? Am I supposed to rush through my Thanksgiving meal? That's not acceptable. Oh, you want to know why these necklaces are here? Because when they were over there, she started playing with them like a new kitty toy. I said, no, I'm not having that. So I had to move things over here. Now, I hope it doesn't make her think it's okay for her to get on a bed. You know, you're terrible. She's terrible. Bad girl. This gravy tastes amazing. I wish you guys knew. This has thyme in it, rosemary, all the things that you already know we have in our cabinet. And it's great. It's great. With chicken drippings and flour since we ran out of cornstarch a couple years ago. Very good. And I didn't even watch it being made. My mother did it, so kudos to the chef. Mm, Cassie. Well, now she's laying down, kind of a foot and a half away. And most of this stuff is not good for kitties anyway. If you can hear that, that's the fan. I'm overheated now, and I feel so stuffed. Uh, and I'm going to actually lay down. I was going to try to film this really clever angle showing me on my bed with a plate of mostly eaten food, and I realized that it did not look good. It just made it just was a not attractive uh, shot. So I ate what I could, and I threw out the rest. And I actually am going to lay down for a bit. Boy, I feel like I got a big tummy, and both the cats got some chicken. Tabby Boy thumbed his nose at it. I don't know what his problem is. They better be happy with what they're getting. I'm gonna go lay down for a bit. So since there's chicken, not turkey, that means there's no tryptophan, which means any tiredness should be purely psychological, right? Good night. I indeed did fall asleep for a couple hours, and when I woke up, I went back in the kitchen. I had some more chicken, I had some more mashed potatoes and gravy. In case I wasn't stuffed before, I sure am now. But I guess this concludes my Thanksgiving. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content and you haven't yet, you should subscribe. If you do, hit the bell so you won't miss anything I post. Till then, have yourself a happy Thanksgiving season, and I will talk to you soon. And Cassie and Tabby Boy says good night. Bye.